Yo, let me ask y'all something. Real talk. Y'all are clearly, y'all friends. Y'all fun to be around. Like, what kind of kids was y'all? Because most of the time when you interview people, they talking about,
fucked up.
I was on the street, I was this, I was that. Y'all just seem like y'all was the life of the party.
I tell you like this. Go ahead, Rock.
No. You go first. Cause I'm gonna tell you what kind of friend I was.
Atlanta is the minority city to Georgia, but it's also the capital city. So what you have is Atlanta is really alley. Loud talking, kicking it as long as you know people. And we always been a representation of what the city really is. Outside of people getting money and then changing the way they act, what you see with D-Roc and Kane is literally who we are and what the essence of true Atlanta is.
Check. Hey, as kids, we were doing what we weren't supposed to be doing.
Right.
We was in the club when we were supposed to be in there.
Well, that kind of
we was kids when we was in the club.
D-Roc been rapping since before all of us, so he had me getting in the club free when we was 16, 17, 18. I don't know if people know this, but I'm gonna put it out here while we on here. The Bankhead Bounce that D-Roc made when we were going to the 9th grade was the one that made Michael Jackson do the Bankhead Bounce. See, D-Roc was label mates with Busta Rhymes when we was in middle school getting ready to go to high school. That's when he made Bankhead Bounce. We were kids. And nothing is a coincidence. There was an Atlanta group back in 89, 90, 91, when Atlanta didn't have a music scene, because booty shaking music and party music didn't count down here either. So there was a group that Atlanta had at that time called the A-Town Hard Boys. And one of the individuals in the group was D-Roc blood relative, elder cousin, and the other individual was my mentor, which was Big D and Royal C. And when I met them when I was 10, I didn't know D-Roc then. So from the time I was 10 until I turned 15, every time I got with the A-Town Hard Boys, Raw C and D would tell me, hey man, Daryl, little cousin D-Roc, he be bouncing his ass off. Y'all need to get together and rap. So they told me and D-Roc this for a period of 5 years. And then we met when we turned 15, and then we became friends just out of that when we turned 16. And when we turned 16, I asked him, was he still rapping? He said, no, but I got to turn the album in to finish my contract with Ichiban. We went and sat on his cousin porch and wrote the whole album.
And go back to what you said, what we did when we were kids.
Yeah.
That's what we did when we were kids.
Yeah, working on the way out of this shit.
Yo, I swear. Yo, y'all gotta be best friends. Like y'all, the way y'all bounce off one another.
The way you know you got a best friend is if you can go to hell and stay in there with them before you go back to heaven.
Hey, I'm just saying, do you see both of us sitting here?
Absolutely.
All right, we best friends. Because most groups these days break theirs down
already.
Every like you do yours separate, you do yours separate, you do yours separate.
We just ain't gonna do this shit no more.
We gonna do it together, but we ain't together.
Right. We ain't gonna do that part.
You want me to give him a hug?
My buddy. My buddy.
Yo, let me ask you something on a serious tip. Both of y'all, and this is what's even more. Y'all was just meant to meet.
Nothing
was both of y'all born with disabilities? Was both of y'all born with disabilities?
Yes, sir.
I know Rock.
Yes, sir.
Explain.
And check this out now. My right leg is more severely with the cerebral palsy, with the bad sciatic nerves, and D-Roc left hand. So my mama said, you hit left hand and he your right leg. But to throw a blessing on top of the stressing, when I turned 41, God Almighty stretched my right leg out, and now I walk even-legged. Right.
So you don't have a limp no more?
Yeah. Yes, sir. And boy, he did it. Woo-hoo!
Yo, hold up, Kane. You telling me At 41 years of age.
Boy, that's the time that God told me that it was time for him to do what I asked him ever since I was 8 years old. And I've been trying to explain to people the time it took for him to do that was his time, not when I think he's supposed to do it. If you really want him to do it, you got to lay off of it. I laid off of it.